Gloria.
I know. I
Come on, clap. We're here with the 600 of you here. Clap. Welcome to the 12th annual Catch the Vision.
Wow.
You know, Gloria, a lot has changed since the last time we were here.
Yeah, a lot has changed. What do you think?
You know, Joe, you look real different. I had to, I'm sorry.
She had to, he had to do
I had to.
Oh, wow. All right, so each year we bring you new projects, updates on current projects, and the best resources in our guidebook to keep you informed and educated. And I want to take just a minute. I hope all of you have this book. For me, this is the most important thing, is that you get educated on everything that you need to work in your city or to live in your city. We've gone to great lengths to make sure that you have a directory that works when you want to call the city. We've gone to great lengths to make sure that you have flood maps, land use maps, utility expansion maps, all the way into 2045. So no one can say, oh, I didn't know it was coming, because they're in this book. And thanks to Paulette Ducharme, we have this great Pine Island Road map. And I hope you'll keep this and look at it and use it as a resource. We worked very hard to put this book together. Of course, it's also filled with all the wonderful sponsors and trade show people that have supported this event for 12 years. And their ads are in here, and I hope you will take the time to do business with them. So, I think it's time that we get started.
You are correct on that, Gloria. This is, like Gloria said, a wealth of information, so please make sure you hold on to it. Tonight, we will have a conversation with the men and women who are spending millions of dollars to bring quality development to Cape Coral with fantastic job opportunities. That's key, people, is that not only is development coming to our great city, but it's also creating new job opportunities and new places for people to call Cape Coral home.
So we're going to get started tonight by asking you to use your imagination. We're going to ask you to take a drive with us through Cape Coral. Try not to hit anybody, try not to go through a four-way stop. Make sure you take caution as you're driving, but in your mind, we're going to take a little trip.
Yes, traffic is a bit crazy out there as well.
Traffic is a bit crazy, but we're in our minds, so we're going to be good tonight.
You know, that's a good thing. So, we are going to be starting our tour off tonight in the northeast corner of the city. It's an area ready for development, and it's a key entry point into the North Fort Myers community.
Victory Park, a life science center. Last year, this was a dream and a field. This year, so much more.
The 140-acre assemblage that we put together is now called Victory Park, and it's a life science campus located next to the VA Medical Center. A lot has transpired in the past few months with this project. We've taken a 140-acre site and we've platted it out, and currently are going through the platting process, and we're separating 17 different properties and projects throughout Victory Park. Currently, we're in permitting for a Wyndham Garden Hotel, a 125-room hotel that will service the northeast region of Cape Coral. We're currently in permitting for a 126,000 square foot medical office campus to help serve the northeast community with more medical services that are needed in the region. We are also in permitting for 308 apartment units, and we are also in permitting for 112 townhome units. Now, these townhomes are unique to this market. There aren't many townhome options, so we thought that we could bring this unique product to this market to continue to enhance the living styles of our region. We have been working with the local VSOs, the veteran service organizations in our region, to try to identify the medical requirements and needs that currently exist. And we can't just let the cat out of the bag just yet, but more information to come as we execute and bring Victory Park, the life science campus, to Cape Coral.
What an amazing project that we're going to see in the northeast corner of Cape Coral that is truly going to open up our city from not only the downtown area, but to the northeast portion of our city. So we're going to continue in the North Cape with one of our largest employers who continue to grow. This company not only builds one of the most exciting projects that I've ever seen, it's sold all over the world, and it's in such high demand that you'll see in the video that we're going to present, there's a heck of a wait list in order to get one. So let's see what's going on with the great people at Nortech.
Basically, we started back in 1991, so last year we had over 30-year anniversary. And we started just basically two of us, two Norwegian guys came to Florida. I already been here for a while, and a friend of mine came over, Mr. Niels Johnson, and we basically started building boats back in 1991 in Cape Coral. And we rented a 1,200 square foot building in the North Cape Industrial Park, where we still are today. So it's kind of exciting. We've been in Cape Coral since 1991, and since then we have grown. Now we have also a plant in North Fort Myers. We have a satellite plant in Jacksonville, Florida also, that we're producing boats, and we are currently also expanding another 30,000 square foot new production facility in the North Cape Industrial Park. So obviously part of growing fast is we also need people to work and create jobs, and we have created a lot of jobs in Cape Coral. We're working also a lot with the local school, the Cape Coral Technical College, and also other technical schools in the state of Florida to be able to get more employees to work with us. You know. We're probably going to increase another 50 employees in the next year when we get the new plant up and running. So currently we have a backlog of about 2 years worth of sold units. It's not just to dealers, but to retail customers that are anxiously waiting for the boats, and we try to get that waiting time down to more reasonable, maybe a year or so. The future for Nortech is always go, 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 and you know, if things goes good, we're going to keep on expanding. So at the moment we have about 200 employees total, and with a new facility, like I said, maybe around 50. And it all depends on the market. If the market is strong and we can produce more boats, you know, we're going to keep up expanding.
What an amazing product that Nortech puts out. Not only do they have the coolest boats that you can see around the world, their level of reinvesting in our community is amazing. From the work that they've done with the Mayor's Scholarship, to partnering with our trade schools, of looking for people to get educated in the trades as far as in the marine industry. Nortech is truly a partner that we love seeing in Cape Coral.
So we're going to drive on north on Del Prado as we enter the Coral Lakes community. This land was slated for commercial development, but Randy Tebow and his team reached out to the neighborhood. And they weren't happy about commercial projects, so they listened to the neighborhood, and they have a new project called The Sage at Coral Lakes.
Gloria, thanks for the opportunity. As the CEO of Sage Communities, we're very excited about our new opportunity in Coral Lakes in Del Prado Boulevard in Cape Coral. We are going to start the third quarter of 2023 with approximately 300 one-story and three-story luxury apartments designed specifically for seniors, age 55 plus, with a focus on 70 to 80-year-olds who want quiet living, one story with a garage and a backyard. They don't want the 3 or 4 story apartment, the typical apartment that's out there. They may have mobility issues. They may not be able to maintain a home on their own anymore. We have 34 acres right in the front of Coral Lakes that we're going to develop it on. And we're excited about the opportunity to offer this product because there's a strong demand in the market for middle America seniors who want to rent their home rather than all the hassles of sometimes home ownership. The rental rates will start at approximately $2,000, and for that, that includes all the amenities. There's over a $3 million amenity center with fitness, pool, activity center, a lot of social activities, full-time activities director, and we really look forward to getting this project started and offering it to the residents of Cape Coral. In addition to the unique feature that is offered in each one of the apartments, including optional garages that are actually attached to the homes, our amenity center will include a dog-friendly park and cleaning area. We'll have a lot of amenities included for the residents geared specifically to that 70-year-old age group, including trash valet that they can pick up their trash every day right at their front door. We will be taking reservations starting mid-next year, 2023. They can always reach out to our website at www.sagecommunities.com, and we'll look forward to any inquiries and assisting people to get their new home.
You know, I wanted to remind you some of the dates that you hear here. We filmed, thank goodness for the Westin. They gave us beautiful studio and then the penthouse to film our segments. But we did half of our segments in September prior to Hurricane Ian. So when you hear some of these dates, they're not quite accurate. And then the last portion, you're going to get more up to date. So we apologize for that, but everything is moving forward. The hurricane didn't really slow too much down. So I just wanted to make sure you understood that. So
Once
let's
again,
move on.
that pesky Ian is
I
just...
know, that hurricane just killed us.
It did. So we're going to take a little bit of a detour. You know, we presented a lot of great projects that you're going to be coming to the area as far as development. The next two pieces that we're going to present to you is something that we have the fortune to talk to these next two gentlemen on things that deal with our city and our residents. So public safety is a major concern for our residents and soon-to-be residents looking to move and relocate to Cape Coral. We wanted to share for you the latest information from our fire and police chiefs on two fantastic projects that are currently in the works that are to be coming to the city of Cape Coral.
We are super excited about the new fire training facility coming this year here to the City of Cape Coral Fire Department. The training facility is going to be located in Southwest Cape Coral by the South Water Plant, and it's going to be able to train our 263 firefighters here for the city. Now, we're continuing to grow as a city, and Station 13 that's on the horizon as well is going to add another 15 firefighters. We need to make sure that our current firefighters have the training so that they are capable of performing the job and functions as quickly and efficiently as possible. It's also important for our ISO rating, the Insurance Services Offices, which affects a lot of homeowners' insurance rates. The more training facility hours we can do, the standard is 18, those insurance rates can potentially drop by firefighters doing that additional training. So this training facility will be able to work not only with our firefighters here in the City of Cape Coral, but we'll be able to work with regional partners such as other firefighters around the county to help them with their training, and we'll be able to collect some potential cost recovery from that endeavor as well. This training facility is strategically located by two schools, and we've worked with Ida Baker High School and the Oasis High School firefighter programs to help at some point in the near future be able to have those firefighters come over and train here locally so that we can recruit our own homegrown talent. Phase one of the training facility is going to include an administration building, which is going to have restroom, showers, and a small office, and an area for firefighters to get geared up before they go in to the live fire training evolutions. It's going to include a 5-story tower, which is going to have the ability for firefighters to do fire suppression on multiple levels. They can do other things like rope rescue, different ladder work. We're going to be able to do urban search and rescue training, all of the different specialty things that our firefighters do to respond to emergencies around the city. Additionally, we're going to have a small lake on site that we're going to be able to simulate pulling water from our waterways to use that for fire suppression as well. So this is just the first phase. Future phases are going to include other things like potentially a mock-up of a 1-story house that's similar to what we have here in the City of Cape Coral, and other future search and rescue things like confined space and trench. It is very important for our firefighters to train not only to serve our residents on the emergencies that we get called out to, but it also is a big step forward in helping make sure our firefighters are so safe when they respond to these emergencies.
Thank you again for letting me be here to be a part of Catch the Vision. It's truly an honor, and I'm excited to be able to share some of this news We're growing, and I'm sure everybody out there has seen that every aspect of Cape Coral is booming, and numbers are up, and excitement is in the air, and that's the same with the Cape Coral Police Department. It's very interesting that in a generation, we've gone from about 125, 130 officers, that's when I started, to here we are 25 years later, and our city council and city management, police department working together, just provided our plan, and we're at 300 sworn officers and growing. We're not even halfway done growing in the city. We're not even halfway done growing in our ranks. But with that comes the need for more technology, for a new, better, smarter way to solve crime. And we're very, very excited about our real-time crime center, which is what they're commonly known throughout law enforcement, but ours is the Tactical Intelligence and Analytics Center. So you might be asking, what is a Tactical Intelligence and Analytics Center? Tactical intelligence is developing real-time and sometimes after the fact in an investigation, intelligence to be able to deploy, go find a witness, go find a suspect, go solve a crime, prevent a crime. And then the analytics is really what it comes down to in Cape Coral. We have a very high clearance rate for crimes, especially major crimes or crimes against persons. And you do that by getting after witnesses, getting after evidence, video surveillance, collecting that, and poring over that data. Schools are another reason that we want to share information. Lee County School District has campuses throughout Lee County, with many of them in Cape Coral. We at Cape Coral PD have 30 school resource officers deployed all over the city. There's camera systems throughout all of these schools, and our TX Center will be able to observe those cameras in real time by deploying our officers where there may be a threat to eliminate anything before it would happen in our schools, or react swiftly if something is happening. Thanks to the support of our community first and foremost, and our government, our city council, city management have realized the need for this technology, and they provided us the resources to do so, and we've already started. Construction is in the building, using an existing space that we have repurposed to save money for the taxpayers, but still get the number one benefit, which is the increased technology. And this is underway as we speak. As you're watching this, there are construction crews building this center out, and within a couple of months, we will be fully operational to better keep Cape Coral one of the safest cities in Florida.
What an amazing thing that's going to be coming to our city. Just the takeaway from what you just saw between the police and fire department. We're going to have an on-site in our city training facility for our firefighters. Currently, the firefighters have to leave the town and go over to Fort Myers to train. Every time that they do that, that unit is placed out of service. With being able to train in our city, even though that unit is out of service, if there ever is a wide enough emergency that that unit needs to be recalled, it's not going to have to worry about having the traffic or the manpower to get back over the bridge into Cape Coral. So that alone, on top of all the insurance ratings and everything that our city would benefit from, it makes our city safer with our fire department. And just as Chief Sizemore just said, as a parent to know that at any given time, all of the schools within Cape Coral will be monitored on camera if there ever was an incident, and we know how it can be out there sometimes, our police will have the capability to respond in a swift and quick manner just by these two new projects that are being brought to our city. So it's good to be a resident of Cape Coral.
It's very good to be a resident of Cape Coral. So now we're continuing our drive, and we're heading down Pine Island Road. We're going west, okay? There is much going on as we head that way. So we stopped by an old favorite, and he had an exciting announcement. So please stay tuned.
Hey, good afternoon, Southwest Florida. Chris here at Gator Mike's. A little update on our course. It's now open. As you can see, it's operational, and people are coming out to play. It's open 7 days a week, Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 8, and Friday, Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m. It's been fantastic. The volcano, the dinosaurs, We've put almost 15 or 16,000 people through it in just 2 months, so very popular. Come on out and check out why it's the best mini golf course in all of Southwest Florida. Oh, by the way, we're going to get started on construction of Mellow Mushroom at the end of this month. So you'll start to see the land clearing, the building going up, and we're hoping to open in December of 2023, 9 short months from now.
Coral really loves love to eat, so it's very exciting.
You're right, Gloria. I mean, was that our first giveaway?
I think it was, yeah.
Okay,
You know,
Mellow Mushroom.
It's very exciting. You can't, there's standing room only in most of the restaurants, and now we're gonna have another choice. It's very exciting.
What a wonderful place. Who knew that Jurassic Park on Pine Island Road?
Who knew?
Who knew? So we're going to continue up Santa Barbara, and Cape Coral cares about all of its residents, the people kind, the furry kind, and we're going to check in with some exciting news from one of our favorite partners that's been highlighted on Catch the Vision. Let's hear what's going on at the Cape Coral Animal Shelter.
I'm Liz McCauley, the Executive Director of the Cape Coral Animal Shelter. Cape Coral Animal Shelter opened on March 19th, 2020, and in just 3 years, I am very proud to say that we have saved the lives of 3,200 abandoned, unwanted, and neglected animals throughout the state of Florida, and especially here in the county and Cape Coral. We have done that with the amazing help from 30 staff members that are completely dedicated and very much committed to our mission. We have an incredible board of directors. We have 250 volunteers that come to us on a daily basis to help us do the things that we do every single day. We have an affordable care clinic that has served over 5,000 clients in the last 3 years. 5,000. We've helped those people that couldn't afford medical care for their animals up until we opened 3 years ago. We are very proud of what we have accomplished, and we have a lot more in store.
Hi everybody, thank you for letting us be here today. My name is Joanna Lardo, and I am the founder and the president of the Cape Coral Animal Shelter, and I'm here to tell you where we're going. All the great successes that Liz and the team and the board are having at the Cape Coral Animal Shelter means we need to expand. Right now, presently, we're in an 8,900 square foot building, and we need to expand that a lot. So what we're planning to do is build approximately 15,000 square foot building on the lot, on our five acre spot in mid-Cape, and the progress of this all depends upon you, our business owners, our contributors, donors, and just people that are helping us out all over, and volunteers. So please look forward and take a look at our plans, and I hope that you too can get involved with the Cape Coral Animal Shelter, because they have no voice. We need you.
Very dear and near to my heart. We've worked really hard on that project. Well, we are going to continue our drive down Pine Island Road. And you know, last year and then the years before, we've been talking about workforce and affordable housing. Seems to be that buzzword. And last year we mentioned a project called Civitas, but they ran into some issues with federal government funding. And they stayed the course. And they said, you know what, Cape Coral needs affordable housing. And they worked with our county commission, and they have come up with a plan. And it is going to be success for Cape Coral as we listen to Civitas.
Hi, it's Mike Lown with Your Vital Development Group, one of the co-developers of Civitas of Cape Coral, a 96-unit workforce housing community located along Pine Island Road. Earlier last year, we were anticipating to break ground tail end of last year. We had some issues and delays with the closing of the financing due to partnership issues and cost of constructions and so forth. We've worked through some of those details and now back on track. Workforce housing means, we have rent caps, basically. The units are set aside for specific AMIs, area median income levels, which are dictated and determined annually and adjusted annually by federal government, HUD to be specific. Our project will have a unit mix of 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units dedicated to the family demographic as well as individuals, with units set aside for individuals and households earning 30% of the area median income, 60%, and 80% of the median income. On the development and ownership side of things, we've partnered with the Lee County Housing Authority. We have a little bit of a unique structure with this project in terms of the Housing Authority will be using the funds that we've received on a competitive basis from the federal government to acquire the land, and we'll be doing it with that structure with a ground lease into our ownership entity, really for the main reason to maintain the affordability in perpetuity. So making sure that once we're no longer involved with the ownership interest, that the new owner can transfer it into market rate apartments, for example. So that's one of the main reasons for that structure. So in addition to the Housing Authority, the Lee County Housing Authority will work with Birdsong Housing Partners, a highly experienced developer in workforce housing located in Central Florida. We're currently at around $35 million for the total project, and that's 3 residential buildings, 96 units, a massive clubhouse, 6,100 square feet, with amenities that will be equivalent to a market rate project as well. We typically open up the pre-leasing about 60 to 90 days prior to the first building opening. So if we're looking to break ground in January 2023, we're probably looking at pre-leasing close to the tail end of 2023, fourth quarter 2023, maybe even January 2024, in that range.
What an amazing project that's going to be coming for much needed workforce housing within our city. So staying on Pine Island Road, if many of you have gone into Sam's Club on a weekend and went to park, you saw a development that's kind of adjacent to that. So there's a new club that's going to be coming out of the ground. It's currently under development right now as we speak. So let's find out what's going on at the club.
The project we're talking about is the Club Apartments, and this is a project up on Pine Island Road. It's right next to Sam's Club, actually, and it's a 200 apartment complex. It's very nice. It's designed specifically for the people that would probably live and work up along Pine Island. As you know, there's a lot of services offered along Pine Island Road, and so that means there's a lot of employment opportunities. This is going to be an excellent alternative for those people. It's deluxe units. It's a nice courtyard, beautiful pool, great location, so we're really excited about that project. That project's currently under construction, and we expect the club to be available for rental about the first part of 2024. So we're excited about that and anxious to get that open.
You know, one of the exciting things that these people are coming into town and bringing these huge projects is that they're here tonight. I'm not going to point them out, but Larry Nygaard is here this evening, along with a couple of other people that are here tonight. So they're investing millions of dollars in their community, and they're coming to a community event. So I'm extremely grateful for that. And I want you to take your map out, not right this second, but I really want you to look at it, because the projects that we're talking about are along Pine Island Road, and that's this map that Paula Ducharme has given us is really highlighting all of these different projects that are coming, and some which we have not highlighted tonight because they're not ready for us to tell their stories. So maybe that'll be next year. But you really do need to pay attention. So as we're driving down Pine Island Road, one of the most exciting things that you're going to hear tonight, I believe, is where are we going to do more shopping and where are we going to go eating more food? So,
those are my 2 favorite things.
Exactly, and what woman doesn't want to go shopping while the guy goes and does whatever the guy does?
Sits and holds your purse.
Oh yeah, that's it. So we are going to learn about Coral Grove at the Cape.
So much about placemaking is understanding the community and the context by which, in which we work. Our vision here is a mixed-use project that has a number of different elements that are all synergistic with each other. So office with retail, with hotel, with residential. And the mix of those uses is what, in our minds, creates something that is vibrant and magical. And so, at Coral Grove, we have a very robust development plan for about 1,300 apartment units, 350,000 square feet of retail, 150,000 feet of office, and another 130 or so hotel rooms. And so all of those things are interesting projects in and of themselves, but what excites us is when those things come together. And we create these collisions in a place that makes it magical, has an energy, and has something that we haven't found yet in this market. And so as we look at this project here, we have an orientation on Pine Island Road. Everybody knows Bubba's. Bubba's is right here. We're the land that's sort of behind Bubba's. And we've been working, of course, with Bubba's on some of our concepts and that, but we're off Pine Island Road. We hope to have a new super Walmart across the street. Walmart's been working on that for some time. And we would build a road that intersects with the Walmart intersection here and comes up and connects to an east-west road that would tie together El Dorado with 17th Avenue. We have 350 apartments that sit right here. Those we hope to start in the first quarter of 2023. And then the main star of the show, the town center, we hope to get started by the end of next year. So right now we have, I don't know, say 30, 35 letters of intent out to various retailers. And so this project obviously is contingent upon us signing up all these businesses that need to be here. But we've been very encouraged by what we've seen in the marketplace. So I think we are talking to some really interesting tenants that are not here in Cape Coral today. And so, so those tenants, heavily restaurant-based. So, you know, I think in these type of centers, you know, gone are the days where you do a Dillard's and a Macy's and a JCPenney's and create a shopping mall. Now, those retail type anchors are more typically like restaurants and things like that. So this is heavily restaurant based. There's a big entertainment component. So we have a plan for bowling. We have an outdoor amphitheater, you know, concerts, car shows. A lot of this is about what we say is the negative space. The negative space is the space between buildings, you know, those plazas. It's actually a positive space, but it's the negative space that is what creates this amazing outdoor environment here. So one of the things that we want to stress is that this is about combining national tenants with local brands. And we've reached out to a number of Cape Coral authentic brands. We need to be in touch with more, so we welcome anybody reaching out to us. I think we'd like to think that those local brands are what are going to make this special, and the magic of combining those local brands with the national brands, I think, is what could make us unique here.
Gloria, so what is amazing about this is we have Victory Park in the northeast.
Yes.
We have Coral Grove in the northwest.
Yes.
Look at all the development, shops, planned out development is going to now be in the northeast and northwest quadrants of our city.
It's going to be very exciting. And you heard what he said tonight. He needs to hear from you. So if you own a business or you're interested, if you look in your resource guide, we've given you the contacts, the emails for every project that you're reading about tonight. So if you want more information, contact them. Their emails are in there and they're expecting to hear from you. So things are coming along really well in Cape Coral along Pine Island Road. Well, you know, in real estate, they say that a picture is worth 1,000 words. And we call this the $1 million shot. And that's what the developers are calling it, the $1 million shot. You know, when I see all these projects on the news, I think, oh my gosh, why did they go to the media? Why didn't they let us say it at, you know, Catch the Vision? So when I spoke to the people from Seven Islands, I said, hey, I hear you're going to be on NBC. They said, no, we're not ready yet. Because you know, you're not always ready for prime time. It takes quite a while for a project to get moving and for them to get all of their so-called ducks in a row before they go to the community. So I spoke to them and they were so great. And they said, we've got a statement we'd like for you to read while you're staring at that $1 million picture. So I have been asked to read this update, and these are from the developers, Golf Gateway Resort and Marina LLC, who was selected by the City of Cape Coral to purchase and develop the Seven Islands in November of '22. The property is approximately 48 acres, including 7 islands and 46 adjoining properties located along Burnstore Road. Co-developers Peter Batarian, managing partner Forest Development, and Scott Dunlap envision the Seven Islands properties as a destination with waterfront living, vacation dining, shopping, and entertainment. Elements of the proposed mixed-use project include a hotel, apartments, condominiums, fish houses, marinas, restaurants, and retail. The development team has begun the general overall development planning process with the City of Cape Coral staff and are excited to move forward towards a site plan. The team is accelerating the project process as much as possible and are working towards having a site plan a year from now. So I would believe that the 13th annual Catch the Vision will be showing you the plan for Seven Islands.
What an amazing project. At the southwest corner of Burnstore Road and Veterans Expressway, there's a new property currently under development, Gilbane West. Chandler Hayden is the VP of Development from Rhode Island, a 150-year-old company that's investing into the Cape Coral market. This is a 35-acre parcel with 3 phases of development. The commercial site is on the corner of Pine Island Road and Burnstore, and this is planned for a 35,000 square foot of commercial space deed restriction. No storage units, no car washes, and Gloria,
No dollar stores!
You guys would like that. This space will create up to 50 jobs in office and medical field. Phase 1 of this project, of the multifamily project, will have 316 Class A units with 6 4-story buildings. Each building will have an elevator and first-class amenities, including a fitness center, business center, pool, and clubhouse. The projected dates are groundbreaking on the multifamily in the summer of 2023 and delivered in the first quarter of 2025. Phase 2 West will have 300 additional units, and that will be set to begin in the summer of 24 to be completed within the end of 25. And here's the thing, when they asked the developers why choose Cape Coral, they simply stated the people, the school system, and the beautiful weather and waterfront living that is available.
Of course, you got to remember, we are one of the safest cities in the United States thanks to our police and fire. So that's another reason, and our workforce available here is another reason that's driving all this development. So we're driving south and we're coming down Chiquita. Now, we're almost across the street from the church. And we look, last year we were standing in a field and there was dirt everywhere. And all of a sudden this year, things have changed.
Well, our team at the Waters is so excited to share our updates on our new freestanding, first one in Cape Coral independent living. Last year at the Vision, we were able to celebrate our groundbreaking, and we are excited to share that we now have a first floor and taking pre-reservations for the independent living. This is true carefree retirement living, including many in-house amenities such as activities, transportation, sky bar, poolside dining, and in-house restaurant. We'll have many fitness venues, and we are also adjacent to the Cape Coral famous bike path so that you can live a true active lifestyle. So our independent living is set to open in fall 2023, and we are already taking pre-reservations, giving our residents the options of over 20 different floor plans scaling up to 1,400 square feet. For further information, we encourage you to come right across the street from Cape Christian to the Waters Assisted Living and see my partner Beth Sanger for more information.
I gotta say, my generation is finally going to have some living opportunities. And from what I hear, they all have these fabulous amenities and rooftop bars, so I am really excited.
You're just happy about the rooftop bar.
Well, you know,
I would be too.
Okay,
All right.
well, we'll give you that one.
All right, yeah, okay. So, you've seen us travel down Chiquita. We're gonna now make our way down into South Cape. We're gonna take a first stop off into Rotary Park area, and there's an opportunity there we find with this new planned development that we're excited to present to you for tonight called Redfish Point.
Hi, I'm Annette Barbacha. I'm commercial manager of Myloff Abishon Realty Group Commercial Group, and also president of A&B Planning Consultants. I'm pleased to present the Redfish Point project on behalf of the owners, the Zimmel Trust, It's been 3 years in the making, and we're very proud of what we have. 3 years ago, the owners looked at the property and asked, what can we do with it? I encouraged them to hire a team of consultants, which we did, transportation, planning, engineering, environmental, archaeology, to kind of understand the value of the property. What are the resources? What are the opportunities? So looking at this 350-acre piece, which is just east of Tarpon and Rose Garden Road, south of Rotary Park, and west of Southwest First Court, we were able to kind of identify what was important and to create a plan that we believe will be wonderful for the city of Cape Coral. As you know, the city has very little waterfront property that's available to the public. So it was important to the owners that they design it in such a way that people would have access. So as part of this 350-acre plan, only 30% of the property is designed for actual development, which would be like a mixed-use project similar to Tarpon Point, similar to Cape Harbor. We set up maximum densities and intensities. So we'd be looking at a maximum of 800 multifamily units, a resort hotel, and shops and restaurants, very consistent with what you see in Cape Harbor and Tarpon. In addition, what we did is we set up a 120-space parking lot for the public so that they can enjoy the waterfront. There's about 4,500 linear feet of waterfront that the public can enjoy as part of this project. The road connecting it, after talking with the community elected officials, we decided to come in from Rose Garden. We felt that Southwest First Court was not the appropriate location to come in on. The only thing that's going to connect to Southwest First Court is an emergency access point, but otherwise all through traffic will come through this 100-foot wide roadway that connects from Rose Garden to the site and to the public parking lot, which is right along the water. The roadway will have not only a landscape median, but a bike path, pedestrian path. It will be 2 lanes each way, so it'll accommodate all the traffic. We recently submitted the land use text amendment to the city of Cape Coral. We hope to be before them in 90 days, and we look forward to meeting with the public as well as elected officials to further discuss it. And subsequent to the land use text amendment, there will be an opportunity for the public to review plan development, which goes into the details of the specifics. This is really a roadmap of what could be done on the property.
That's really very exciting. So, you know, we told you that we're trying to keep you safe with our updates on our police and fire. Well, we're also trying to keep you healthy and well. And so our favorite hospital, our own Cape Coral Hospital, Lee Health, is up for an update.
Well, Gloria, thank you for asking me to be with you tonight to talk about Lee Health's vision and to be part of this great evening. So Cape Coral Hospital has been part of the Lee Health family since 1996, and over that time we have grown with the community, and we will continue to grow with the community. We're very, very excited to announce that we're going to be investing $150 million in Cape Coral over the next few years. So starting with Cape Coral Hospital, we're going to be expanding the emergency department by adding some fast-track beds to try to get people in and out quickly with minor illnesses. In addition, we're going to be adding 12 observation beds. So if you need a very short stay, 1 night, maybe 2 nights, we'll be able to keep you in our observation beds without actually having to be admitted. So this is very, very exciting as we look to expand the services in Cape Coral Hospital. But as you all know, care is really moving toward the outpatient world. This is where the majority of care is delivered now, and we want to be able to provide that type of care to the Cape Coral community. So we're going to be expanding our Surfside facility and adding new primary care doctors there, new specialty physicians, imaging lab, our breast center there, etc. So we're going to be doing a lot of work at Surfside. In addition, we purchased property on Pine Island Road, and we're looking to build a significant facility there, very similar to what we did at Lee Health Coconut Point in Estero, which is basically a hospital without inpatient beds. So it has everything you would need to serve the community, but without the beds that would be there to stay for multiple days. So we'll have an emergency department, lab, imaging, x-ray, doctor's offices, rehab, etc. And what we've discovered at Coconut Point is with a facility like this, we're meeting 85% of the patient's needs right there in that facility. And it's been a great satisfier for that community. So we're excited about that. But those are some of the things that we're doing. We're also partnering at Bimini Basin. We're going to be adding 47,000 square feet of medical space in that area to be able to provide primary care, specialty care, lab imaging, et cetera. So a lot of exciting stuff in Cape Coral Hospital as we grow with the community. One of the things that we're very excited about in Cape Coral Hospital is beginning an internal medicine residency program in partnership with Florida State University. One of the things we face here in this community is a shortage of physicians. And one of the best ways to address that is to begin to train them here, because we know that many physicians will stay in the area where they do their residency training, upwards of 50%. So we're adding a residency program. We just started it in July, and when it's fully built out, we'll have 36 internal medicine residents at Cape Coral Hospital. Well, Lee Health is the largest employer in Lee County. We have 15,000 employees, and at the present time, we have 1,800 open positions. So there are tremendous opportunities in our organization for employment. We work closely with our colleges and universities to build the talent that we need, but there are always opportunities at Lee Health. And so we encourage the community to check out our website and see if there's anything there that could benefit. It's been a great source of pride for us to be partners with the Cape Coral community. As I said, Cape Coral Hospital has been part of our family since 1996. And we have grown with the community, and we will continue to grow with the community. Our goal is to be able to provide the right care at the right place at the right time.
What an amazing partnership with Lee Health and the money that they are looking to continue to invest in our community to help with our healthcare and those people with medical needs. Staying in the downtown area in the CRA, Dr. Antonucci just talked about the space that they are getting ready to lease once a project. This project is one of the ones I'm excited about that we're going to present to you next. This project has been talked about a lot at Catch the Vision over the years, and I can tell you that they just received their council approval for development, and it's set to begin this year. So without further ado, let's talk about Bimini Square.
Last night was an exciting event for Bimini Square as the Cape Coral City Council gave us their final blessing on our PUD hearing. So we did some minor tweaks to the plan, but we now have full approval to move forward from a planning and zoning standpoint. We're still working on some details with regard to the marina, but we've also procured the donor slips necessary to build our marina, so it looks like that's going forward as well. So right now we're in the permitting process, and we're hoping to get a permit to build for the summer here of 2023. We're excited about that. We expect that there'll be a 2-year build cycle, so with a little luck, we'll be complete in the summer of 2025 and ready to open. Some of the exciting features of the Bimini Square are that we're going to have a 30-boat marina that will service a waterside restaurant. Deep Lagoon has committed to put a restaurant there, so we're going to have an exciting opportunity there for people to dine downtown. The marina will be transitional slips only, so we won't be renting those long term, but that will allow people to come and go and access the downtown through our marina and the promenade that we're constructing to Cape Coral Parkway. Other exciting features of the project are Lee Health has signed a 20-year lease for a medical office building, the corner of Palm Tree Drive and Cape Coral Parkway. They're going to bring some exciting new services to that area of the Cape, and they're excited to expand their offerings and make them more convenient for their patients. In addition to that, they'll have some housing above the clinic, and that housing will be available for their traveling staff, whether it be nurses, residents, or other people that are involved in providing health care for Lee Health throughout the system. In addition to that, we hope to have a spot for a diner at the corner of Sunset and Cape Coral Parkway. That diner has not been identified yet, but it will be a great opportunity for a dining option for lunch and breakfast. On top of all that, we have 220 apartment units that will be deluxe. Many of them share a beautiful view of Bimini Basin, overlooking the basin. The units, I would call them upscale, will be anywhere from a studio up to about 2,500 square feet in size. They'll overlook the basin, as I said. Some of them have got 2 and even 3 decks that will overlook that area. So that'll be a wonderful feature and something new to Cape Coral. In addition to that, we'll have a 500 stall parking ramp that services all the different businesses and operations and residents that live there. So we're very excited about it. We're anxious for the permitting process to get complete so we can get started this summer. And we're just thrilled about what that's going to do for the area and how it's going to change it.
Well, that's really exciting. So we have one final update for you. And if you remember last year, one of our developers called the energy going on 47th Terrace. And this year it's called the Cove again. And realtors in the room, I want you to listen to when he closed on the property.
Well, my name is Brian Prince. I am Vice President of Development with Flaherty Collins Properties, as well as a principal with the company. I am the lead developer of the project known as the Cove at 47th in downtown Cape Coral. And we are very excited about this project. I think we've had a number of challenges since the day we closed on our financing to start construction, which was in September, and we actually closed on our financing on the day of the hurricane. So it kind of worked out for us in the sense that we hadn't started construction and then were impacted by the hurricane. So we started about 45 days late, so it's probably mid-November when we actually started real construction on the site, underground utilities, things of that nature. It'll probably be April. You'll start to see the site going vertical. You'll start to see foundations going in and start to see block coming out of the ground there. One of the key features we're working on right now that I'm wrapping up, we made a switch as far as one of our commercial tenants. We kind of decided to go in a different direction. So right now I'm working with Aqua out of Naples, as well as Oak and Stone out of Naples. They've got some really cool concepts, and we're working to fit them between our north and our south end caps, figuring out who's going where. They're both very excited about the opportunity and the project. We are as well to get, such high-class users looking at the space. I think it's really going to be a huge game changer for Cape Coral. Some really great aspects about this development is that we'll have co-working space and private offices in our building, or our residents will be able to actually reserve private office space. I think we'll have 6 private offices, we'll have a shared co-working area, and then we'll have a couple of conference rooms that can be reserved out. Our courtyard is going to be a big key selling point of this development. We've got a huge beach entry, pool. I mean, it's going to be resort style. Everything there will be like being at a resort. We'll offer concierge, as well as the retail and restaurants. You'll be able to order food while you're at the pool and have food brought over to you at the pool deck. So we're very excited. We've got a number of users. Seed and Bean is another user who's downtown Fort Myers currently right now. They want a coffee shop, soup sandwich, lunch, dinner, the whole 9. They're another tenant that will be joining this development as well. As of right now, I have more LOIs from users than I have space available to go in here, which is crazy of a thought to even think, even 2 years ago when we were scared of the retail component. Now I'm wishing that we had put in more. So we were looking at end of 23 initially. Now it's more spring of 24 to get first units and turn over our retail shell for our tenants to start their build out. So we're probably looking at somewhere in the ballpark at 80 units per turn. There's a total of 327 units and 20,000 feet of commercial space in this development, 600 spaces in the garage. We'll do first turn in spring, and then every few months, we'll do another drop of more units. But we should be complete and off the site winter of '24.
Wow.
I don't think it gets much more exciting than that.
That project itself is currently under construction on 47 Terrace in Cape Coral. That kind of wraps up our program for this evening, but what I want you to do to take your main takeaway from tonight, you saw projects in Northeast Cape, you saw projects in Northwest Cape, you saw projects in both Southeast and Southwest Cape Coral. Our city is developing as a whole. We are bringing all of this to the Cape and make that much better of a lifestyle for everyone. So we would like to thank you all for coming out here tonight. Gloria?
That's the vision, Cape Coral.